Well, there we are. Good morning. Good morning. This is Charles Coachman. And we are walking our way through the Bible, reading our way through Proverbs, digging in deep into the book of Acts. And as always, putting on the whole armor of God. Hope everyone had a great weekend. We can tell it's spring around here as we get to start fighting off the critters at night. Last night I went out there to check on our outdoor cats, and there was a huge monster of animal sitting out there, a possum, and it just stands up like it was protecting the food that belonged to the cats. So just one of those things every spring, a little bit through the winter, but between the skunks and the raccoons and the possums and neighborhood cats, our outdoor cats have a lot of friends out there, and some that want to go ahead and just take their food and not worry about it. But when you live close to the foothills, that's what you get. That's what you get. And I don't know, I guess I'd miss them if we didn't see them every year, but I know that our outdoor cats would certainly love not seeing them at any time. At any time. Well, let's take a look and see what we've got here today. Oh, can I get this right? Let's see. Brian Galston. Brian, wishing you a very happy birthday. Brian is a local fellow, works with a coupon company that works towards small businesses. So, Brian, wishing you a very happy birthday. And if it is your birthday out there, wishing you all the best on your big day. Enjoy it. God bless everyone that's having a birthday today. Enjoy your day. Make all the best of it. Make all the best. Okay, just want to remember our friends Weldon, Curtis, Rex, Danny, Red, Shelly, Nancy, and Rosalie. Praying for each one of you, praying that everything is well with you. I have not spent enough time on Facebook over the last few days to check and see and get any updates on anyone, see how people are doing, if it's posted anywhere. But over the next few days, I will get in there and take a look. I will certainly do that. To all of you guys, thinking of you and praying for you and wanting all the best. And I know for our friend Red, he does have surgery coming up sometime in the near future, and it is to build his jawbone, which has disintegrated due to treatment for cancer. And Red is a good man, another military man that has served his country honorably, and then gets struck by a terrible disease. And Red, I am thinking about you because you have been through enough this year and over this last year. So, man, I just want you to know that, and we'll make sure that you do. All right, let's take a look. Scott Ricard, good morning, sir. Hope that you are doing well. Hope that you had a wonderful weekend. A wonderful, wonderful weekend. Frank Nile, good evening. Good evening to you. Hope that things are very nice and going well in the Philippines. As I know sometimes it's tough. Good morning to all that are watching. Happy birthday to all the birthdays today. God bless. Keith Landris, good morning. Good morning to you. And Keith, I did check out that music site, so I want to take a look at that too. And I spent just a couple minutes in there just trying to find out what it was. And then, good evening, Frank Nell. Okay, so today, let's see what we've got going on. I know that we are continuing in Acts, but let's see what we have. Book of Proverbs, chapter 12, 1 through 28. Acts 7, 1 through 29. Now, that's a long chapter there, so I'm going to split it in two. We are going to listen more to what Stephen has to say, and we'll just consider what's going on and take a look. I don't know how much studying that you are doing on these verses and what is going on at that period of time, but it's really important that we get that. And it's more, you know what, just looking at this is finding out the more things change, the more they stay the same, because we have the same fights and the same battles still going on today. It's just crazy. It's just crazy, but we're humans. Apparently, it's in our nature. Hey, Gloria Brown, good morning. Thank you for being here, Gloria. Love it. I love it when Miss Gloria shows up. Absolutely. I love it when all of you show up, and that's a great thing. But Gloria, I have known for many years. You know what's really cool? I know who she is. I know who she is. Now, most everyone here I know from the internet, and I can look up your property profile or your property profiles. I can see your personal profiles and stuff, and I get to know a little bit about each other. But until you get to meet the person in person and know them, there is a smidgen of a difference. Now, over this last year, obviously, so many of us have gotten to know people over the internet. And that's the way life's going to be. And it has opened up a whole entire world to us. It has opened up the entire world to us, from people from Africa, Sweden, hell, and Norway, Germany, the Philippines. And then, of course, everyone in the United States gets to meet those aliens from California. So we're happy about that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pop in. Contrast the upright and the wicked. Contrasting the upright and the wicked. I should have said it's Monday, April 12th. 44 degrees here in beautiful, beautiful San Jose. Nice bit of green tea with lemon and a little ginger. Get me going in the morning. Contrast the upright and the wicked. Whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but he who hates reproof is stupid. A good man will obtain favor from the Lord, but he will condemn a man who devises evil. A man will not be established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous will not be moved. An excellent wife is the crown of her husband, but she who shames him is like rottenness in his bones. The thoughts of the righteous are just, but the counsels of the wicked are deceitful. The words of the wicked lie in wait for blood, but the mouth of the upright will deliver them. The wicked are overthrown and are no more, but the house of the righteous will stand. A man will be praised according to his insight, but one of perverse mind will be despised. Better is he who is lightly esteemed and has a servant than he who honors himself and lacks bread. A righteous man has regard for the life of his animal, but even the compassion of the wicked is cruel. He who tills his land will have plenty of bread, but he who pursues worthless things lacks sense. The wicked man desires the booty of evil men, but the root of the righteous yields fruit. An evil man is ensnared by the transgressions of his lips, but the righteous will escape from trouble. A man will be satisfied with good by the fruit of his words, and the deeds of a man's hands will return to him. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but a wise man is he who listens to counsel. A fool's anger is known at once, but a prudent man conceals dishonor. He who speaks truth tells what is right, but a false witness deceit. There is one who speaks rashly like the thrusts of a sword, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. Truthful lips will be established forever, but a lying tongue is only for a moment. Deceit is in the heart of those who devise evil, but counselors of peace have joy. No harm befalls the righteous, but the wicked are filled with trouble. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but those who deal faithfully are his delight. A prudent man conceals knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaims folly. The hand of the diligent will rule, but the slack hand will be put to forced labor. Anxiety in a man's heart weighs it down, but a good word makes it glad. The righteous is a guide to his neighbor, but the way of the wicked leads them astray. A lazy man does not roast his prey, but the precious possession of a man is diligence. In the way of righteousness is life, and in its pathway there is no death. In the way of righteousness is life, and in its pathway there is no death. So as we go through Proverbs, again, it's just telling us we have a choice. We have the choice between right and wrong. We don't want to be led astray. It's telling us to go out and do the things that we're supposed to do. If you're a farmer, you should be out tilling your land, getting everything prepped, getting it seeded, getting it watered, and getting ready and be prepared for harvest. And then there are those that are just out there kicking back on a hay bale with a bit of straw on his teeth, letting the day go by. We have to be doing what's right. We have to do the things that God has set before us. And we have to be good to one another, not be deceiving one another. We have people that make a living, that lead their lives doing that. I don't know how many times now a day that I get messages and emails and texts from people that are just trying to scam you. And it's no different than what happened 2,000 years ago and longer. There were scammers then, there are scammers now. But the Lord tells us exactly what we need to do, and that's to avoid it. To avoid it and not to become one of them. Turn our feet away. Okay, taking a look at chapter 7 in Acts. Chapter 7. I'm going to go back a couple of verses and read from chapter 6. They put forward false witnesses who said, "This man incessantly speaks against this holy place and the law. Against this holy place and the law. For we have heard him say that this Nazarene Jesus will destroy this place and alter the customs which Moses handed down to us." And fixing their gaze on him, all who were sitting in the council saw his face like the face of an angel. Stephen's defense. The high priest said, "Are these things so?" And he said, "Hear me, brethren and fathers. The God of glory appeared to our fathers, Abraham, when he was in Mesopotamia, before he lived in Haran. And he said, hear me, brethren and fathers, that the God of glory appeared to our fathers. And he said to him, leave your country and your relatives and come into the land that I will show you. Then he left the land from the Chaldeans and settled in Haran. From there, after his father died, God had him move to this country in which you are living now. But he gave him no inheritance in it, not even a foot of ground, and yet, even when he had no child, he promised that he would give it to him as a possession and his descendants after him. But God spoke to this effect that his descendants would be aliens in a foreign land and that they would be enslaved and mistreated for 400 years. And whatever nation to which they will be in bondage, I myself will judge, said God. After that, they will come out and serve me in this place. And he gave them the covenant of the circumcision. So Abraham became the father of Isaac, circumcised him on the 8th day, and Isaac became the father of Jacob, and Jacob of the 12 patriarchs. The patriarchs became jealous of Joseph and sold him into Egypt. Yet God was with him and rescued him from all his afflictions and granted him favor and wisdom inside of the Pharaoh king of Egypt, and he made him governor over Egypt and all of his household. Now a famine came over all of Egypt and Canaan, and great affliction with it, and our fathers could find no food. But when Jacob heard that there was grain in Egypt, he sent our fathers there the first time. On the second visit, Joseph made himself known to his brothers, and Joseph's family was disclosed to the Pharaoh. Then Joseph sent word and invited Jacob, his father, and all his relatives to come to him, 75 persons in all. And Jacob went down to Egypt, and there he and our fathers died. From there they were moved to Shechem and laid in the tomb which Abraham had purchased for a sum of money from the sons of Hamor in Shechem. But at the time of the promise was approaching, which God had assured to Abraham, the people increased and multiplied in Egypt, until there arose another king over Egypt who knew nothing about Joseph. It was he who took shrewd advantage of our race and mistreated our fathers so that they would expose their infants and they would not survive. It was at this time that Moses was born, and he was lovely in the sight of God, and he was nurtured 3 months in his father's house. And after he had been set outside, Pharaoh's daughter took him away and nurtured him as her own son. Moses was educated in the learning of the Egyptians and was a man of power in words and deeds. But he was approaching the age 40. It entered his mind to visit his brethren, the sons of Israel. And when he saw one of them being treated unjustly, he defended him and took vengeance for the oppressed by striking down the Egyptian. And he said that his brethren, and he supposed that his brethren understood that God was granting them deliverance through him, but they did not understand. On the following day, he appeared to them as they were fighting together, and he tried to reconcile them in peace, saying, "Men, you are brethren. Why do you injure one another?" But the one who was injuring his neighbor pushed him away, saying, "Who made you and ruler and judge over us? Who made you a ruler and judge over us? You don't mean to kill me as you killed the Egyptian yesterday, do you?" At this remark, Moses fled and became an alien in the land of Midian, where he became the father of 2 sons. This is where we're going to end today. And this is Stephen laying out the groundwork for his defense, laying out the groundwork that he was not putting down Moses. He's laying the groundwork saying, this is the story of Moses. This is this history of the Jewish people. And we have to understand that. He's laying this out for the council, being very respectful and going over their history. He's going to have a bit of a twist to it, and they're not going to like it. and that'll come tomorrow. Let's take a look as we close up on Monday. Let's pull into Ephesians 6:10 through 18, putting on the whole armor of God. The armor of God. Finally, be strong in the Lord and the strength of his might. Put on the full armor of God so that you will be able to stand firm against the schemes of the devil. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the powers, against the world forces of this darkness, against the spiritual forces of wickedness in the heavenly places. Therefore, take up the full armor of God so that you will be able to resist in the evil day, and having done everything to stand firm. Stand firm, therefore, having girded your loins with truth, having put on the breastplate of righteousness, and having shod your feet with the preparation of the gospel of peace. In addition to all, taking up the shield of faith, with which you will be able to extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. With all prayer and petition, pray at all times in the Spirit. With this in view, be on alert with all perseverance and petition for the saints. Petition for the saints. We want to make sure that each day we are covering ourselves. We want to make sure that each day that we have God there with us, that we are taking time to give thanks and to pray, not only for ourselves, but for others. And look for ways that we can improve ourselves each day. And just be more and more like the men and women that God wanted us to be. Because we all fall very, very short. And I get reminded of it on a daily basis. Look at computers. Look at trying to run some programs. I fall very short. I don't have the knowledge and the understanding. But with God, he's going to give me everything that I need to survive. Everything. As long as I'm willing to do what he is asking me to do. And that's all that I would ask anyone here to do. Make sure that you are reaching out every day to do the best that you can, to give somebody a hand. On bus duty, have a great day. Lona, I'm not sure what bus duty is, but if it's working somewhere, enjoy it. Go out and enjoy it. Help somebody along the way. Good morning, Kathy Sheretz Carvajal. Good morning to you. Wishing you all the best throughout the day. And what I would like to say is, if you have an opportunity to share with somebody, if you have an opportunity to give somebody a hand, even a good word, do it. Bless somebody. Help them. Do what God is doing for us each and every day. And turn to God at all times. Turn to Jesus Christ. Be filled with the Holy Spirit and look out for everyone around us. Keep your eyes open for those in need. Always be aware. If you'd like to share this out, we'd appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you again tomorrow as we continue our walk through the Bible, reading Proverbs, digging in deep into the book of Acts, and as always, putting on the whole armor of God. Everyone have a wonderful day. I mean it. Just go out and enjoy it and be there for somebody else. Thinking about my son this morning, who starts his new career as an electrician up in Eugene, and praying for my big guy. Blessing to all. Got the kids on the bus to go to school. That's what it's all about. Got to do that. Take care, everyone. Have an awesome day. God bless you all. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.